Hey, this is Seth here at Alvas Music. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a bass comparison. This is my good friend Felipe. He works here at Alvas upstairs doing other things. I don't know what he does. Since we are a shop in San Pedro, it only makes sense that since we carry Reverend guitars and basses, that we have the Mike Watt signature bass. This one's really cool. It's very Pedro. It has on the first inlay there, it's a anchor, which is very San Pedro. As you can see, it's a lot different, but it still is very similar to a Fender P bass. I thought I'd do a comparison. These are different woods, different necks, different frets, all that kind of stuff. Different scale. But I wanted to see how they sounded, and I can't play bass very well. So I thought I'd get Felipe. He plays a lot. He's going to be playing a little bit of salsa for you, stuff like that. I can definitely not play. And I got a little cheat sheet here. I'm going to tell you about the Reverend bass real quick, and he's going to show it off Vanna White style, I hope. Today, we are also playing this bass, these basses, I should say, through the Gensler Bass I. Is it Bass I? Is that plural? I don't know. The Gensler Magellan 350 head. We're one of the only Gensler deals that actually sell in a shop, I believe. And you can always get it down here at Alvas. And it's going direct into our recorder here. But it's this bass amp for us to hear out here is going through a 112 Gensler cab. These are awesome bass amps. I highly recommend them. All right. The Mike Watt Wattplower. It also has that in the inlay there on, what fret is that? Like 17 or whatever it is. Something like that. It says Wattplower in it. And it is made of like all bodies made by Reverend. They're made from Carina wood. It's very balanced, I think. The pickups are P blade style. A little bit more output than your usual Fender P bass pickup. But it has the same volume tone control setup on both basses. This is a 30-inch scale bass, hip shot bridge and tuners, which is really cool. It just looks awesome. No offense to Fender. I love Fender basses, but this thing just looks really cool. And what did I miss here? 21 frets, single action truss rod, 3-piece Carina neck, medium oval profile. I don't know if you noticed it. It looks thinner than a usual P-bass neck, which more modern guys tend to like the thinner bass necks. I know this guy's usually a jazz bass player, so... Yeah. I don't know, P-Bass might be out of his realm a little bit, but he's doing really good today. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now and have him play for you the Mike Watt Wattplower signature bass.
Start slapping?
Start slapping.
Slapping.
Slap of the bass, man. I'm going to have him now play Switch to the Fender.
Switching to the Fender.
Switch, sir. Switching, sir.
Switching.
This is a Mexi standard Fender P bass, but there's a big difference. The newer models have an updated fretboard, and instead of rosewood, because it's harder to get these days and stuff like that, it's really only on like more premium models now for Fender, which is cool, whatever. Give us something new. So they have the PAL Faro board, which is very much like a rosewood. It's very light, as you can see in color. I think it's a little punchier in the mids. I don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about bass, but I think I do, so I'm just going to say that. And he's going to play the standard P bass now. It's regular scale. as opposed to this 30-inch scale. And standard P bass pickups, tone and volume, regular bridge, nothing too fancy. So go ahead, Felipe, play that bass. Felipe, what is your opinion of the differences between this Reverend bass and the Fender bass?
I like how this cuts through. I feel like this will cut through in a live setting, in a band setting, especially for rock. I mean, but they're both rock instruments, you know. But this has the pickups make them, make this bass a little hotter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a jazz bass player, so the neck has a great feel for me personally.
Profile, yeah.
The neck profile feels great. But yeah, they're both great basses. This one is just pretty to look at.
What about the fingerboard? Do you feel there's a big difference tone wise?
A little darker, this bass.
Mm-hmm.
A little darker. This is definitely more mid-rangier, a little higher on the sound spectrum.
That could be pickups too. I mean, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it.
Right, it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But that is, it is darker, but it punches right through. So it's a great bass.
Yeah. We're gonna say bye. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with something new.